Tonight we are playing Legacy of the Crystal Shard, episode 20. Now, before we begin, in the doobly-doo down below, you please check out our link to Extra Life for Toronto 6 Kids Hospital. And also check out our sister shows as a part of the Heroes Wanted collective of shows. And also our Discord. Having said that...
Oh, did Steph cut out?
Yeah.
She cut out. She cut out at sister.
Sister shows. Can you hear me now?
There you go.
Yes, we can.
This as at our sister shows in the doobly-doo down below, as well as the Heroes Wanted Discord. Now, without the further ado, Patrick, take it away.
Thank you very much, Stephanie. Welcome everyone to session 20. Joining me tonight are...
Howdy, y'all. My name's Chris. I'm playing Radigan Conover, Human Artificer, and Man of the Open Sea.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tara. I'm playing Cithrin, the Silver Dragonborn Great Weapon Fighter.
And hello, I am Jalkin Liet, the Scourge or Fallen Aasimar Vengeance Paladin.
Hello, I am Brendan, and I will be playing the Great Ezekiel, a wonderful, wonderful half-elven bard.
And Nabil here, I'll be playing a muscle-bound guy, Duma Boldstrike, a Minotaur barbarian following the path of the ancestral god.
And featuring Ian, playing Augustus Gustantine, the Forge Cleric of Moradin.
Do the voice!
The Forge Cleric of Moradin.
I'm Stephanie, and I am playing Cassandra Bowman Whitaker, Divination Wizard and Fangirl Extraordinaire.
And last session, our party finished battling the pirates of the Howling Fiend. Cithrin got in the killing blow on Derek the Drownder, as she and Jalkum had chased him down across his boat. Radigan's turret broke the demonic black ice figurehead, a Baelor carved in the likeness of Ertu the demon, off of the Howling Fiend ship, sending it to the bottom of Lac Dinashir. Searching the boat, you found nothing in the way of treasure aboard, as it was early morning when they attacked, but you collected weapons the crew had stolen from East Haven, and all of you felt this wash of dark energy wash over you as the ship was infused with it. And so instead of keeping the ship, you scuppered it and sank it. The one pirate prisoner, Octavius, that you captured and left alive, let you know where the pirate cove was and where the rest of the pirates still were. You then made your way back into Caer Koenig, where you confronted Slim and his minions at the Swollen Port pub. As you walked in, you announced that Sin from Luskan had killed Derek, and the crowd sort of roared and cheered. But as you then accused Slim and his men of being involved with the pirates, and Duma displayed the dead corpse of Derek the Drowner, the tone and mood in the bar turned, and Slim surrendered to you, as did Creedon the ferryman, who, tried to turn on Slim and curry as much favor as he could with you guys. But the tavern crowd started getting very ugly, and some threw drinks and started calling for Slim's life. You, as a group, just were able to keep the crowd from turning into a mob and killing or, at least doing something rash to Slim and his men. The speaker and the guards arrived to take them to the town jail, sort of just in time. And with that, the rest of your day and night was spent in celebration with the town. You were unable to buy yourselves a drink. You were taken basically from pub to bar to tavern throughout town. And by the end of the night, you had been welcomed into the fisherman's sort of fraternity, and all of you got knuckled, which involved drinking a fair amount of flame brandy, and at the end of the night, kissing a giant knuckle fish. as part
Did we kiss
of
the cod?
you kiss the knucklefish as part
Wait.
of this.
Do they call it Youch?
It's flame brandy, but yeah, it's close to the Screech rum, but they don't drink rum up here. They drink this Flamebeard's fire brandy, and so morning comes around. Morning passes. You guys are able to rouse yourselves
Oh, I rouse them all
just
for
before
prayer.
lunch.
Extra early. Gus is one of those ones that never has a hangover, so he's up and praise Moradin, my friends. Come on, it is a beautiful day.
In my
Gus.
half-awake,
Shush!
groggy
No!
in my half-awake, groggy state, can I find the place where I could punch? I could punch him to that hurts, or would that take me too long?
That would probably take you too long. I need everyone to roll me a Constitution save.
Cithrin just groans and rolls over.
Wait, hang on. I'm gonna hit the snooze button.
Too fucking early for this shit. Constitution save once I start actually doing shit.
Wow, shit.
Not Duma.
Not Ezekiel or Augustus, but I'm gonna.
I have a mild hangover.
Why can't I cast sleep?
This is my first hangover.
And it's a doozy. So Radigan and Cassandra, you're both fine. Everybody else, you wake up, your mouth is dry, your eyes are burning, you've got a weird sort of fishy taste left on your tongue, but you are sort of roused. You make your way through town. You are able to buy some sort of food off of some of the food carts, and you are ushered into the jail, where you can see that Slim and Creedon and the other men and the pirate, are still being kept behind bars. You are sort of welcomed by Speaker Lowell, and he introduces you to Speaker Whalen and Speaker Sevier, who are here from East Haven and from Caer-Dineval, respectively. And as you are sort of, walked into the jail, you also see there are some very finely dressed men and women who introduce themselves as various fishing fleet owners and sort of shake your hands warmly and smile and thank you. And you also see sort of standing and pacing is a black-haired dwarf with a, good thick beard, who is sporting a very large sort of black eye with a sort of bandaged gash across his forehead, who, introduces himself quickly as Rurden and thanks you for, collecting the weapons that you were able to get back from these pirates that attacked him in his shop in East Haven.
I'm sorry to say that the ballistas are currently at the bottom of Lac Dineval right now, but we did the best we could.
Yeah, he sort of kicks the ground and just says, I had some good customers who are going to be mad at me for that, but, I tell you, it's fine to get the rest of the weapons back. I'm happy to have them, and I mean, they rushed in and sort of bum rushed me in, but I gave as good as I got, and just before I went out, I heard a couple of them say, this bugger's tougher than we would have thought. So I'm happy to see you took care of the rest of them.
Well, we do what we can, sir.
And he, sort of proudly pulls out a small sort of satchel, and he just says, I mean, it's not much, but it's what I could sort of afford to give you and say thank you. And he'll pass you over, this purse that has 100 gold in it. And the speaker, Lowell, also says, oh, well, if we're doing that, then it should also be known that the town and the fishing owners have also put together some coin for you. And he, opens up a chest, and you see Rurden's face just sort of like, well, all right. And inside the chest, there are 600 gold pieces from the ship owners and the 3 towns as a way of thanking you for taking care of the pirates.
Thank you very much for this
Ooh,
kindness.
how much money?
In total,
Citrin greatly
700
approves.
gold.
Gus is biting his tongue, trying not to say, you don't have to pay us at all. But he won't.
Yeah, if Gus even looks like he's going to say that, Assistant's going to try and stomp on his insole.
I'm gonna.
I have no
I'm gonna.
insole.
Sit,
I know,
I'm
but
gonna
you're still
sit
going to
up.
try.
Was very,
I'm
very
gonna
good.
sit.
And with that, you hear a sort of, and what about my boat, the Silverfish? And you see Captain Marrow there, and Speaker Lowell also says, "Oh, we will be taking care of all repairs for you. Do not concern yourself about that, and you will be compensated for your time as well." And
You
with
should
that,
have
she
seen
sort of,
this woman driving the boat during the fight. It was amazing.
Yeah, even with a busted helm, she kept it afloat. Pretty amazing.
she just sort of smiles and just says, "They did all the work. I kept it above water as best I could."
And
But
the only one
thank
brave enough to let us get on the ship to help. To go fight the pirates.
That is true.
Who else did you ask?
That's a good point.
Moradin
we
guided
also
us to
asked,
the person who was best for it.
Technically speaking, he's telling the truth.
Captain Tyrell, but we decided to go with you.
Moving on.
Yeah, she just says, "That's all I needed to hear," and she sort of spits at the rest of them, and then she just says, "I need to get back to my boat," and she will take her leave, and she will say, if you ever need transport across the lake, you just come find me, and I'll help you out. If you're going to go after those pirates in the cove, I am more than happy to captain that ship."
Radigan tips his hat.
Respectful nod.
Absolutely, sir. We're here to help.
Small
Ma'am,
trinket
ma'am,
of Moradin.
Cassandra.
Yes,
Or ma'am, yes.
definitely a woman.
I
I
am
can
very
imagine.
tired.
I can imagine Cassandra going, "Yes, sir, ma'am, sir, sorry, ma'am.
Envy person. Or person.
Hey, they."
And Speaker Lowell will turn to you and say, "That is the question of the day. But first of all, I mean, who, and he'll turn to you, Cithrin, and just say, we have all, heard that Cithrin of Ship Barum here killed Derek the Drownder, and we have sent that news out, and everyone here is happy about that. But I don't actually know what your group is called, so we can write you a writ of thanks for this."
Writ! We have a writ of thanks! Oh my god!
Settle down,
Cithrin
kneel Bible
will-
to the floor.
She'll wince a little bit, but she'll say that you can call us Cithrin and the Sinners.
Radigan will raise an eyebrow at that.
They'll
It's
not
spelled
sinners.
with a Y.
Ooh! It
Ezekiel
sounds so
will nod.
exciting and exhilarating.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess every group of sinners needs somebody to. Every flock of sinners needs a shepherd to bring them back to the light, I suppose.
And even shepherds stray from time to time.
Oh, but then they get the stick too.
Exactly.
I think
And
we're
so
taking this
he-
one a little too literally.
Yeah, he writes this out and, hands you a beautiful sort of vellum parchment, which is a thanks from the town itself. And he basically says, "This offers you respite and warmth and welcome anytime you ever need to come into our fair town."
So Cithrin will accept it and just nod and thank you. We are most appreciative.
And he sort of rubs his bald head, and at this point the other two speakers sort of move in, and one of them is a lot sort of burlier, and he's got this big shock of black hair, and he just says, "So are you gonna go after the pirates, or is your job done? Because if you don't want to do it, we'll go take care of the rest. We got a line of people that are eager to sort of clean up the rest of that scum.
We'll be paid for that job as well.
But this was so generous.
How
say-
about this? If you
Cithrin's a mercenary.
we will do this. We will go and deal with the remainder of the pirates, so that no one in your towns are at any risk. But in return, we would like you to guarantee your support against Valish Gant, and that you will do what you can to gain more support against him.
Now, we've heard you think he's behind it. What proof do you have of this?
Nothing written down, but we've met his agents,
Slim,
and we've met our resident agent, Slim. Why don't you go ahead and tell all?
Slim will sidle up to the bars and he will look at you and he will just say, "Oh, deal is a deal, I guess. Yes, Gant is our boss. He's been working with Ship Rethnor. He is a member of the Arcane Brotherhood. I know he has a man inside the pirate organization." And with this, Octavius sort of looks up, kind of surprised, and he's like, "His name is Pierce. And he'll look at Octavius and go, "Was he on the boat?" And Octavius will say, No, the first mate. No, he was back in the cove." And so Slim says, "So Pierce is still there."
I'm writing this down. Pierce is at the Pirate Cove.
Pyrse.
Everyone has a Y in
And-
their name.
I was gonna spell it Pierce, but whatever. Everyone has to be
P-Wise?
all fancy and fantasies.
I don't have a Y in my name.
So does
And
Duma.
why
Neither do I.
It was a hyperbole. Like the bowl that is infinitely empty.
Wait, what?
Hyperbole.
Um,
Never mind.
And the owners of the fishing boats will say, "Well, they did take a fair number of knucklefish off of some of our fisher boats, so we can compensate you for whatever is not spoiled from that. Is
Well, we
that
can-
reasonable? You can keep anything else, but we do need the knucklefish back. That is something that belongs to us."
Do not
That
worry.
is fine.
We will give you your knucklefish so you can have your knucklefish sandwiches.
I knew he was making a
I don't
joke.
think that's what that means, Gus. He doesn't mean that.
We have no skills with which to make anything with the knucklefish. We have no issue with you having those. It is rightfully yours, after all.
Yeah, if we can, we'll sail back a big ship full of nonsense, or we'll leave it for you guys.
And celebrate with knuckle sandwiches for everyone.
They make art and tools with them. They don't make sandwiches.
Yeah, the speaker will say it's an oily fish. It's not the best for sandwiches.
Ooh, but a fish
Trust me,
fry.
we have tried it every way we can to eat it, and sandwiches is pretty low.
We'll have to introduce deep frying them here.
Is there
they don't already
anything else we can provide you with or help you with while you're here?
Do you have any healing potions we might partake of?
Lowell will look at the captain of the guard and he'll nod his head, and the speaker will say, we can probably find you." Oh. And he'll look and say, 4? To the guard, and the guard will sort of shrug his shoulders, and Lowell's like, "Yeah, we can provide you with 4 of those."
Oh, if anybody comes with the black ice, make sure you we've told them about it, right? I remember we
decided
told
we were
about
going.
it. If anybody
Yeah.
comes with the black ice, confiscate it and do not let anyone touch it. Use tongs to move it, and you can destroy. And I'll explain my procedure to them about how to get it hot enough to melt them.
All right, and the speakers will look at Reardon and just say, "You can help with this," and he'll say, "Ah, I can definitely do something like that." And he'll say, "Black ice, huh? Sounds as bad as a black iron blade." And everybody kind of chuckles, and he's like, "Yeah, the pirates were smart enough to come steal from me, not from them." They may
Ezekiel
be
will try to
crazy.
hide the fact that he has a black iron blade on him.
Does it have a big BB
give
on
me a
the
sleight of
handle?
hand check.
Am I good at those? I'm not great at those. 19.
Yeah,
You're
you're
pretty
not
great.
great at those.
Yeah, you are able to sort of, tuck it down and slide it away so you don't get made fun of for having one of these black iron blades. And the other speakers have said we have also sent we've sent birds out to let all the other 10 town know to collect this black ice. We've also heard that the Reghead tribesmen have been thundering across the tundra, sort of taking care of it as well. So it's good. We rarely get along, and maybe this is a little bit of a learning experience, and we can all certainly help out together. And
Oh,
yes, we are
the,
more than happy to get rid of Gant.
The barbarians are allied against Gant as well.
Yeah, you'll find them more than willing allies in this case. Shipwrecker has decided to knuckle down on them pretty hard. So if you see one of them, they'll get your back on this. I guarantee.
Speaking of the barbarians, it would be very nice if none of them were tied up outside of town and left to freeze. It would be very nice.
What do you mean?
They have been being taken by Faithful of Oral and tied up outside of towns and left to freeze as an offering to Oral.
And we should speak about Orel and the one who is preaching her name in town. It is not safe for you.
Speaker Lowe will say, Sister Barrow? Oh, she seems harmless enough. She's no worse than some of the other preachers that have come through here.
Her name means slave.
There is a sect that is perhaps not so great that is following Oral right now, so be wary. I am sure people who have been here a long time and have been worshipping Oral openly are probably fine. But anyone who suggests, say, leaving someone out in the cold to freeze to death, probably, even as punishment for a crime, probably be wary.
We'll look into that for certain.
All right, we just started religious persecution.
We did not start religious persecution.
No, we were.
They're literally freezing people.
That is
That's
true.
also religious persecution. So we're also fighting it.
No, we're getting rid of the bad actors. We're not anti-Oro. In fact, we have given sacrifices to Oro.
No, we haven't.
Yes,
You guys have. I haven't.
And we respect
you're-
that as a part of your faith.
You're worshippers of Oral as well?
Well, no, this is a polytheistic world that where gods actually exist. Why wouldn't you give at least a little something to every single god on this planet?
They have strayed a little from the Forge's light, but they will return.
We offered things in exchange for not being mauled by winter wolves. I feel this is a fine trade that we didn't really have a choice in.
Although, we can, if you have money to sacrifice, we do have the Moradin School for children who can't read good.
We did also, slay the avatar of a chosen of Oral. We have a complicated relationship with the god, okay?
Only when they turn evil. Or, super evil. Or when they bother us. Or hurt other innocent people.
Yes, it is a complicated relationship that we are playing by ear.
And Gus is face-palming it, all of that.
Well, is As interesting as that is that why the winter has been so harsh this year? As her priestess has been saying?
It was already getting harsh.
It was a cycle of the winter. Some are worse than others.
I'm not sure that the two necessarily are related, but if there's some cult of Oral out there doing some sort of ritual, perhaps. I don't know what might be going on there, but I think the priests and priestesses of that particular god are simply capitalizing on the situation. That's my theory, anyways.
Would you like to speak with Sister Barrow perhaps when you get back?
Don't think that'll be necessary.
I would
We'll see.
love the debate, but I don't think we have time.
Yeah, since we're done with our business here, we're heading out to East Haven to see if we can.
Are we not going
limit
for
the
the
damage.
pilots? I thought
Yeah,
that.
no, our business here involves the pirates, and then once we're done with that, we've got to get to East Haven, and hopefully Shipwrecker hasn't taken over by the time we're done. We've already spent a good few days out here, and that was our original destination.
Yeah, Speaker Whalen will say, "Oh, Shipwrecker has not taken over with these pirates gone. Most of those rapscallions ran immediately upon the news that their, scam had been shown up for what it was. With the leader Slim here in jail, you don't need to worry too much about them in East Haven. We've run them out." And the speaker for Karen Diddle says, "Oh, we had a bit of an altercation in our town last night. Most of their folk were rounded up, and they're comfortably sitting in a very cold cell right now."
Nobody was bitten,
Preferably
yes?
uncomfortably.
Nobody should be cold to warm them up.
The speaker, sort of smirks at you, Cithrin, and said, "They're as comfortable as we'll let them be."
I'm
Nobody
not gonna
got
shed
bitten,
tales.
right? Important question.
Or scratched.
We did
scratch.
inform you that Slim is a
Where at?
where at.
And as are a lot of his men.
Shipwreck
that's
North
why-
messes with them.
That's one of the reasons why I lent that silver sword.
And also my silver daggers.
You see the two speakers just kind of look at each other and look back, and they say, "We'll ask."
Oh, fair enough.
They're gonna ask if someone got bitten.
Well, I mean, you can
Yeah.
deal with it. Wait, do I know that in character that you can deal with lycanthropy?
There's
You
ways
can't
of-
deal with it.
There's ways of dealing with it.
I
I
didn't
believe
say
it is.
that.
Anyway,
Yeah, the two speakers will just say, "We'll speak to our heads of security and the city guard, and we'll make sure that anyone who was bitten is looked after." And they'll look to Reardon and just say, "You've got some silver for weapons, yes?" And he'll nod. It's like, "Of course." And with that, they will say thank you one last time, but they're going to get back to their towns. And if you come visit in either place, do feel free to stop by, and they'll treat you for a fine meal.
Much obliged.
All right. With that, is there anything else you guys wish to do here in Caer Koenig this afternoon?
I don't think there's anything else we need to do.
Are we going after the
pirate
cove?
time, I think. Yeah.
We sailing to the
We
cove?
do that in the morning because we don't want to have the ship near like the shore at night in a potentially narrow cove. In a potentially narrow cove.
No, I agree with that. We should, if this is what we're doing, we need to leave in the morning. I would like